Welcome to 20 Pro Tips for League of Pantheons. Easily gain the edge you've been looking for by following these simple rules. Number 20. Your first server does not have to be your main server. You can run a free-to-play account on your starting server while learning which characters are good and what team you want. Then you can wait for a new server to come out and use your gained knowledge to get ahead of the competition day one of a new server's release. Number 19. Take tier lists with caution, but if you need a good place to start, then always search for tier lists in the official League of Pantheons Discord. Here we'll have the most input and feedback on the list so you don't get scammed with bad intel. Number 18. Your first single summon after the tutorial is always a 5-star, so make sure you get the one you want by rerolling. Or be sure to study the requirements for ascending characters and look for one needed for the upgrade you're working towards. Number 17. You can use mailbox.org to safely and securely make 10 throwaway alternate email addresses to link for rerolls. It's also worth noting that this works on every game and not just League of Pantheons. Number 16. You can actually finish a reroll before the tutorial ends by efficiently gathering resources to summon during the tutorial battles, but after each battle ends, you're forced to continue the tutorial, so you must be quick. Number 15. Don't be afraid to integrate a natural 4-star unit into your team. A lot of them actually have decent kits, and that will prove useful. They're much easier to finish building than 5 stars as well. Number 14. When building your team, make sure that your main characters don't have an absurdly hard to get rate. Not all rates are the same, and you will need multiple copies to fully build a unit. Number 13. Free-to-play versus pay-to-win progression is entirely different. When sharing experiences with other players, it's easier to gauge how much the player's wallet is actually helping them by checking their VIP level. It can be an easy thing to forget, but whenever you get a chance to check out these VIP rewards, it becomes a lot more clear why you may be getting stumped as free-to-play in places your buddies did not. Number 12. Max out your friends list as soon as possible. Make sure to occasionally weed inactive players out of your list to ensure that you remain efficient in receiving and sending friend points. Number 11. Check the kits of all the characters before adding someone to your team. For example, maybe you're a big fan of Loki's burn, but did you know that by having Neza on your team, all burn damage is increased from all team members? Make sure to familiarize yourself with everyone's abilities so you don't miss opportunities like this. Number 10. Take advantage of friendly duels to test out your theories. The duels are unlimited, and you can communicate with your friend ahead of time the teams you want to test. Number 9. You can get an idea of how hardcore your server is going to be within the first few days. If you're not in the top 10% by the end of the first week, then it may be time to try again. Number 8. Stay ahead of the competition by achieving a high rank in Arena early on. The earlier you begin spamming Arena, the easier it is to maintain a high rank, which yields lucrative rewards. Number 7. When integrating light and dark units into your team, take notice of their summon rate. If the summon rate is 0.02%, it will be nearly impossible to build them as free-to-play, so watch for that. Number 6. If you think you'll unlock the next level of a daily dungeon before the end of the day, hold off on blitzing the stages until you've unlocked the hardest one that you can do. Number 5. You will definitely run out of hero slots. Be sure to spend some of the gems you obtain on expanding your inventory space. Number 4. There's more to the artifacts than just the damage they deal. They can also heal, stun, and do other things too. Use the artifact that suits your team. Number 3. Do not for any reason sacrifice natural 5 stars. You don't get anything inherently unique for doing so, and you will need as many units as possible to complete the tasks ahead of you. It also objectively ruins many aspects of the game, such as voyages. Number 2. Understanding the nuance of these types of idle games. It can be a very easy cop-out anytime someone has a question to respond with "just wait it out, it's an idle game." This is terrible advice. Even if it may be true in certain circumstances, it's just a lazy way to say that you don't know how to help them. There are an infinite amount of possibilities and differences between every single person's account. No two accounts will be identical even if they took identical paths, so be sure to reflect on that and your choices whenever doling out life lessons. And number 1. For those whom are unaware, different application stores have different prices in games. For example, Huawei App Gallery is 20% cheaper than other application platforms, and now there are free gift codes and coupons available here too. All Android phones can download and use the Huawei App Gallery, or if you have an iPhone, it may be worth it to try and use an emulator for this method if you plan to make purchases on mobile games. If you do want to use this technique to save some money, simply Google Huawei App Gallery. Install from this website and then create or link an account. You can install League of Pantheons or other games directly from the gallery instead of the Play Store. When installing the app gallery, be sure to set your country of origin to Finland. This does not have any adverse effects on any of the games, but it does have the cheapest prices for the packs, making purchases any other way money down the drain. And the more you save, the more you can buy. The more you can buy, the better your odds at finally being number one. Don't worry, y'all, for those of you that are a little bit technologically impaired, I understand that. I'm here to walk you through it step by step with pictures and visuals. We're going to download the Huawei app gallery. I had a link in the description. If you click that link, it's going to bring you directly to this website. You see that it's asking about your cookies. Cookies do not matter at all. Don't freak out about cookies, just accept it. You could delete them later. Next to where it says app gallery, how is the best way for you to see this? Click that download button. This isn't on the App Store. It's going to say this type of file can harm your device and ask if you want to keep it. The answer to that is yes. It's just an APK file. It's warning you that APK files in general can be harmful, but this particular file is not going to harm your device. So if they're selling packs at a cheaper price, this is how they're able to do that, because this is how they stay afloat. I'm just explaining things, all right? Trust me, because people get really weird about their phones. Once it's downloaded, it'll have a little thing where you can click open. Go ahead and open that. If your phone is not set to allow installs from external sources, just enable that. And this is why you can't do this on iPhone. iPhone has such ridiculous security measures, they don't let you do anything. So I just clicked allow from this source on the page it redirects you to. Go back and then install. And this server relies on HMS core. So if your phone doesn't have that, you have to download that as well. It seems like a lot to do, but once you do it the first time, you never have to do it again. It's for the purpose of money, right? You want to save it, it's worth it. It's worth the time it takes, depending on how much you're gonna buy. If you're just gonna buy like $5, then maybe this isn't going to be worth it at all. It'll only save you like $1.20. Or if you're going to be spending probably a couple $100s, which I know some of you people be spending mad money on these games, okay? Download it. If you don't have an account, go ahead and register for one. I already have an account, so I can just log in. And if it was my main phone, then the information could be auto-filled and I wouldn't have to worry about actually typing it. Technology gets more convenient the more you use it. Sounds counterintuitive, but it is how it works. When you're selecting your country for the app gallery, the answer is Finland. They have the cheapest prices. Notice how America isn't even on the list because they don't want you to get price gouged. Whenever it asks for an email, click use another email and put in either a personal one or a business one or a spam one. And from the app gallery, you can install applications. Download League of Pantheons from there, and whenever you load into the game, you're going to have prices of the country that you selected. Very good way to save some money. So that's going to be the end of my bit. If you got this far, please like and subscribe because it really does help the channel. If you have any pro tips as well that I forgot to mention, please leave them in the comments below. But other than that, y'all, that's going to do it for me today, and I'll see y'all later. Bye.